for the form Makwaba, but of Alpha OneGH, message so we subscribe to Alpha OneGH, and message so subscribe. No one like, no one share, no one turn on notification bell, no sabay update be by you know, sabay to me. Now make a comment section, once you dear, message so believe you comment, and be a coso one, and some of Yakufaba, and I say, dear Bremen, a day, and talk a Kesia, a year Akufuado, Aquafaba, or my gun, and talk a ben or Aquafaba. A year Burkina Faso, and now Nyoma is see or not or my name ache. Na rebels for na afa krono fa na president so afa krono for mu ne mo siki a help from the Russian boa Burkina Faso soldiers na and now much me take over of all the country, you know. Akufuado the ako America for say the way Burkina Faso for any Russia for at me I can't boom really almost to say and Shana Russia for Abba or borders Abba Ghana Abba be dear to trust them and some of them and some of kind abra one US and America for is she no more make it like comment and answer or more make it arrangement against this and my Burkina Faso for boof ye pa and some of course dear the person become on Yakuti and 7 months on your body. I could be ye the best of some young timber.
And say woman Pediaku for the Codin Trobi at America my any UN now some common one a course in Yano Efa a Burkina Faso Yana a to trafo a Jew mine fa Abos Samuba Kaya. One Burkina Faso mino emu etemienu ansana a soldier for bedu mine this one or many mu temienu Emma a to trafo a jesro a cantam so. Ana na mampanino owo anafo ha eti wabra soja fo etose mu no ena omaje o mani nyina na wo mo ene Russia man ena kabo mu a wo mo yesa operation we man ye smooth na Wagner fo no na eboa eye Burkina Faso fo no ena mampani na da kwa kufu ado konkonsani wo kwa ye ne America fo kochi a ye de to wo manim se America man ye muntie Burkina Faso akwa kofa Wagner fo ba be sesoro eti amagana yetuwe yada yenna esa se da bia yesuro se Russia ebeba beto ase yeso monso no America fo no ba be simu base ewo Ghana ha eti aba ne sa no ase mo simu base wa ha na Burkina Faso fo e da wasoro hayi na da bia na kokoya sa no a na tese wan hwe yada ate na di nchin waso e de beba na sa de na Burkina Faso man na eye no enye fekra na Burkina Faso fo ti asem no wo mu ejala papa pa na wodi yankwan president na N.Addo danko Akufuado ntro no a okodi ye no yankwan video no mra.
Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. Apart from not accepting the idea of great powers once again making Africa their theater of operation, we have a particular position that you know about over the Ukraine war, where we have been very, very vocal and upfront about condemning the invasion of Russia by Russia, and therefore then now to have this group at our borders is a matter of some considerable disquiet and concern for us. We really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications and what we believe ought to be the case. This is what took place with the discussion in the Congress yesterday, which I found very fruitful. And I would like the themes of that discussion should be the themes that we should continue to address. To what extent we can have you as a partner in confronting these threats. It is very important that ECOWAS and the West African area remains a democratic space. It's the reason for the actions we took over the coup d'etats in Burkina Faso, in Mali, and in Guinea. And ECOWAS has been very consistent.
Why are you mampania kufuadu konkonsa okoye kodi ye no ana ehun aba asemina ade N.Addo na ni chiri kurasa wo de sensuo blue bi no say drink no wo de besi na nim de oba bo charge sa bowe kwadu no bowe kwadu wonya hu sa drink yellow no green se blue no sasai no a ene ye man no ntro de ene na wa wukura na no no John Dramani Mahama say ade no N.Addo kwakufuadu kwakan no amabokena fasofo mo gyayen enti wono de ye wo ba obe make sure sa nyonkofa eda Ghana ene Burkina Faso ntem no bibia beye kama yentie ensem owura John Dramani Mahama so e de atudwa.
We know what is happening in Burkina Faso. Indeed, we should be working closer with our comrades in Burkina Faso. Unfortunately, this government has created some tension between us and Burkina Faso because our president went and opened his mouth too wide. You saw the video. He went and was doing conconsa about your neighbor. We all are here. We are suffering. America called you small. And you are so excited. And then your neighbor, you are doing conconsa about him. You know, and so it has created some diplomatic tension. He went there, went and apologized, but still, it's not the best. So, when government changes, we have to go and talk to our neighbors because we must work together. Indeed, the whole anti-terrorism strategy of this sub-region was done in Accra. It's called the Accra Initiative. And so we are the hosts of that initiative. So we must be reaching out to them and seeing how we can collaborate with them in order that we quench the fire in their houses. Because if there's fire in your neighbor's house, you don't help him to put it off, it will spread to your house. And so I think that we must improve our relationship with Burkina Faso. At the same time, we must also strengthen our surveillance and security so that in case it comes into our borders, we are able to deal with it. And that is also the reason why we must solve the Boko crisis as quickly as possible. Because just across the border is where this thing is happening. And terrorism feeds in through a weak link. And so where you have crisis, that is where it will come through. And that is the reason why the issues of Boko must be dealt with. And that probably could be one of the reasons that they are requesting a region because of security. It can give a better focus on the security of the area and all that.
Why are you John Dramani Mahama so some of the Kokotuga and was saying N.Addo America for friend Kakra, Wakoko be na numbagaya, we open them mouth so wide, and Wakoko chantro on Consaka could ye a creative tension. Now, wouldn't say as some way no SC, and Burkina Faso for a galampa. Eti wamo esemon eye Ghana ambassador wo Burkina Faso emokoye ekokoyi huano ewo sa entro no a omampani koye kokodi ye no na ema ambassador ne bo N.Addo amane ema N.Addo eko Burkina Faso say anka okopatewo airport ho a ena wamo man stay say old man stop there ema gina ho eti ho no me ne kan even o tiatia kra no empanifo de bi antia no wa omantia N.Addo omotwe omoyi omonsa omode omonsa kwa na omatwe se Akufo-Addo akodi omhontro e de atere America enti ema N.Addo aso yes pa na sanse media trigger sanu omayi ene se ambassador ya eya Boniface Agambila enso ababeka asemi so owura John Dramani Mahama mom ena o create tension na nya N.Addo nsem no kokan ye no ena a create tension ye bo omode se ensebeka Richard Kumado na yeni na din komodia for sansemi ho na yahwe the security implications ya e wo sanu omamu yensanka no a yeni be din komafa ho
ya to ansam no so na yanko ayansen fufuro mum Ghana mampanyi dada owura John Dramani Mahama ade atudwa na wasrese wo behia pa Ghana siasia ni abre na katasha ne proye kankan amanfo se sikadi nyafo ye betimi atuase pa wo manga ne mu a wo se modern emakwan se anwumaku ahodo a eyo masere so makwan atia katasha ne proye no o betimi anya akwanya ya adwuma wo mro bia ntwintwa amana mu ene nti wasre pa se na N.Addo nhwe na special prosecutor owura Kesi ajaben eda no ma no kwanya na adwuma se bebo na sa sumdwoma pa ene sa botie si Ghana ni so no e betimi akọ na N.Addo echem se na nsentem no se kamia se na N.Addo ankasa kura se na N.Addo no na dwuma oye no twintwan eye special prosecutor anembo papa se anya asem kuma esa ne se nsem bi wo ho na wo so di echi na akofa nipa ko no ba kire nsem a obehwe na N.Addo di kan de dada nanim ehura gina simpie so asemasi ne ekaka fa ho nyina de se enkosia ga bibia mfumi mba na se ba ne sana se tata special prosecutor ena jamami sikema no jansem na chidi na se obi kura twetwe nkrata yampam no ne ade osini nyina no emboa emabuta no enkoso nti osra pa se yenhwe na se yamma special prosecutor kwanya enye na dwuma na wahye boss dankwa mebia no bape obehwe sekretary ne proje no se be yadwuma pa se betu ase wo ho donko kura oni special prosecutor nyina be ka bo no nyumaku aka no na ma hwe so bibia sika bia be do ncha anya odia omanga na dia wafa no obesande abansem ayewura John Dramani Mahama editu dwa no ebinie
8 years a lot of corruption has happened. Over this last 8 years, a lot of stealing has happened. Over this last 8 years, a lot of misappropriation has happened. Now, what this government wants to do is to bring their vice president as the next president so that he can cover up for them, so that they cannot be investigated. Bawumia cannot investigate Akufo-Addo's government. Bawumia cannot investigate a government of which he was part of. And so they are desperate to have him so that they'll escape the day of accountability. That is not going to happen. NDC is going to win and we're going to hold them accountable. If you have stolen the people's money, be ready to bring it back. We'll collect the people's money back for them. If you have stolen the people's property, be ready to account for it and bring the people's property back to them. What has happened this last 8 years is not the whole MPP party. A lot of them are dissatisfied with what is going on, but they cannot talk. It is only a few people who are connected to the family that have benefited. It is only those who are part of the Ajapadia circle who have benefited.
Na we ayansama aya kanema mpanyi John Dramani Mahama editu dwanti wodi wonya ntie sika na bi wo ho a na se wonya ndinwie ya wo modi afa de aka no kwato ba bia da na se waso amba mbe ye hye e wo mangane mu
yamongura mu ne yasanko Richard Kumado ho na yene no enkowie nkomo no yewura yam akwa aba
mina mejeto
na umpomokode
bye
ya da twedi ampase yenhwe the relationship between Ghana and a neighboring country, Burkina Faso. Na yenhwe sankomo we ye depend. Wabro man penia Akufo-Addo kodi Burkina Faso ho nkonkonsa etre US se omama kwan ma Russia Wagner fo no abaha na ene ehunu oma no. Owura John Dramani Mahama aka se we no create tension. Eti ama anyonkofa eda Ghana ene Burkina Faso ntem no aye basabasa. It is oba obe make sure say relationship no ye betumi abuild na ayakono. But Boniface Gambila and so e dia betu dwa say Owura John Dramani Mahama mum no create tension. Na Ghana ne Burkina Faso ntem de problem bia anyhow. We saw footages of video mampani Akufo-Addo so akọ Burkina Faso a wotia asojafo na sefo omantia no obi atwe ne nsa. Young can say Ghana and Burkina, your problem and a problem be anyhow.
Oh, mina na okay no visa offer US or Qatar seminar any problem by me kai say me no kata ye na ye kai say o sending national security minister de Burkina Faso because na Burkina Faso for omubu for papa and omoko you see dialogue and diplomacy to resolve that issue. We did the same time now. I think the chairman of the ECOWAS and a school he led to give them a suspension. Embargo to and they removed many of the achievements from Accra to Côte d'Ivoire and Guinea. So that tension has always been there. And in the interest of border crime, cross-border crime and terrorism, and they are very common within the West Africa zone. Whatever you would do to establish a beautiful relationship with your neighbors, particularly Burkina Faso, a laudable idea. And see whether you're John Mahama Nekaya or whether you're the president of the Republic Nekaya, whether Cote d'Ivoire, Alpha OneTV Nekaya, or any other person who said that because of the three benefits, say, trade in terms of trade wise, say you find a massive Burkina Faso. And the time now, tomatoes and everything has gone up, and it raises food prices and food deflation has gone up. And so for the purposes of trade, it's important to say, about very good relationship. For the purposes of sharing intelligence on cross-border crime, it's important to say, about a very good relationship. For the purposes of preventing terrorism, very common within the West Africa zone, it is important to have a cordial relationship with your neighbors. Then for the purposes of good governance and for the purposes of the policies, about a very integral part of governance systems. It's important that you establish and maintain a sustainable professional relationship with your neighbors, particularly the any Burkina Faso. And whether it's John Mahama who is saying it or Akufo-Addo who is saying it or whoever is saying it, a laudable strategy. Now,
share from the security implication. Now, Ora John Dramani Mahama SIT Boko. Obi anim se Boko ehonyo. Wo cross Boko nso pen we se Burkina Faso. Wo se yanhwe yi a ehono ebetumi aye avenue a ebetumi a create tension ewo ha because terrorists epe baabi a ehogo na omafa ho. Enti ewo se yetumi ehwe na ye solve Boko conflict now. Do you think say Burkina Faso is being governed by military now? Na Boko okroso ya no wasi ho no. Wo do Owura John Dramani Mahama eya adwen e wo that statement no.
Mina o kan say ya share ya sa language no ya ta ho ya share in a create problem. Report did by Obeta ya some of the terrorists descend downwards, move back for medical checkup and everything in Ghana. Omudi Ghana, yes, still heavy. Then number two, Mami can and carry back what I want. Normally, we don't want to say. And Chadiana Mahama Yarega raised an issue about how much money we are spending on the conflict in Boko. Meaning, the truth of the matter is that the soldiers at Boko, predominantly, they are not there for chieftaincy issue, no. They are there purposely as one of their key objectives is to protect the border. And so they are there for national security operations. And so, okay, letter national security minister, there's a two portion in it. Or see, security intelligence and civilian military relationship. That is exactly what it meant.
Papa na edeko tu dwa hwe enim guasia odigu Ghana. Obia asik for advice and I say for support na yabebuana. Also no what I plenty they can attack us. How? Look at all this. And it takes only John Dramani Mahama to make a promise. Say Oba Aban and I say Obetna Kunya Yusua. He is going to unite Ghana and Burkina Faso again because Obi Anana border there. Now Kokeka some way to bring some breakages. A lot and we are losing from them. Because oil border, a nearby country, you know, share border. There's a lot of trading that is going on between Ghana and Burkina Faso. And due to that, there is no way to say that trading is going on again because of a Nyoma Wakanti. I don't know, buying all day on 2 years, what do they want? If they have their base in your country, then keep quiet. Because if anything they can support, the Ebufusho Akakoto and Etimemfo mo ye Juma ko Burkina Faso no a problem to them. Onkwa de na wodwene. Person sakwa no eno pe. Na me ka say hi Alpha OneTV message say one subscriber ya subscribe. No like no share no turn on notification bell no. Near one papi bre e de ma. Bye bye.